Ladies and gentlemen, there's a breaking news story to report to you guys. Regretfully, there are reports coming out that Tayshia and Zac are on a break from their relationship, their 1-year anniversary from getting engaged, as she was the Bachelorette last fall. Hello, everybody. My name's Dave Neal, stand-up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. We're going to get into this story right now. It is late breaking on a Friday afternoon, the weekend before Thanksgiving. Oh boy, where did it all begin? We've talked about rumors of Zac and Tayshia breaking up for several videos across, I guess, the last 6 months or so. There's been rumors that they don't live together, and people say, hey, that's pretty common if you don't live together with your person you're engaged to. Then there's rumors she's not wearing her ring. Is she getting it resized? Then of course the duty she has as special guest, aka co-host of the last 2 seasons of Bachelorette. We'll get into all of this. We'll read your comments and I'll share with you the news article that's out. And do me a favor, follow me here on YouTube by hitting the subscribe button, and also don't forget to like this video an odd number of times. And please, if you are interested in extra content, I'll be doing a Patreon only live stream tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So get your coffee brewed and ready to go. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. Let's get into it. Lifestyle Mag posted this, and here it's been reshared by Bachelorette. Tayshia and Zac are taking some time apart, according to Life and Style Weekly. Swipe for the full story. So we're gonna, do we call this a breakup, or is it a soft breakup? We were on a break. Are they dating other people, or do they just need time to themselves before the busy holiday season? We don't have any of these answers, but we are for sure as heck going to speculate. All right, Bachelorette's Tayshia Adams and fiance Zac Clark are taking time apart amid breakup speculations. It's over, ... for now. Bachelorette couple Tayshia and fiance Zac are on a break 1 year after getting engaged. An insider exclusively tells Life and Style. Now, my question is, would they report this if the news was made up? It's one thing to have a source being like, so-and-so's mad at so-and-so. It's another to call a breakup or call a story like this. Life and Style, not exactly the Washington Post, but, it is a magazine. This is a little bit more than just the smoke you might find from a Reddit thread. Yesterday we commented that Tayshia was spotted without her ring at the Gucci premiere, or some premiere event, and people, on both sides said, it's normal to not wear your ring, and then others say, well, she's a public figure. If you don't wear your ring, you're going to be sparking controversy. And then others say, well, if they were on a break, she would probably wear her ring just so she wouldn't have to answer questions like this, jabroni. You know what I mean? They're definitely taking some time apart to figure things out, reveals the insider about the Bachelor Nation couple. It doesn't look good. Tayshia, 31, and Zac, 36, first sparked breakup speculation earlier this month after eagle-eyed fans noticed the Bachelor Nation host didn't wear her engagement ring during 2 consecutive episodes of her Bachelor Happy Hour podcast, which she co-hosts with Becca Kufrin. Moreover, Tayshia ditched her diamonds at the House of Gucci premiere in Los Angeles on Thursday, November 18th. I mean, actually, there were reports months ago, but yes, these are the most recent reports. And then this is from just a random commenter. I'll probably get in trouble for this, but my friend lives in her building. She hasn't lived with Zac for a few months. Doesn't mean they broke up, but I don't think things are super solid. Let me just say this about New York property prices. If you are in a good place with your partner in New York City, you probably live together. It's a hell of a lot of money. And I know she's making a lot and she's got that extra PPP loan money to go to a second place of rent. I'm kidding. But if you're unsure about your relationship, I can understand needing another place. But a lot of us will say, let me know if you agree or disagree, that their proposal, Zac's speech, Tayshia, that their proposal was good. It was the hope that we needed on a wide, the end of 2020. 2020 was a wild year, right? And to get some hope from Zac as he proposed to Tayshia. Zac's an addiction recovery specialist. He's battled plenty of addiction, spoken candidly about it. He's a very inspirational force. That doesn't mean their relationship is meant to be. That just means he's overcome his own demons. And I'm going to share with you guys another comment that we got yesterday. I'm not going to read the comment because it was an unnamed source. It was kind of one of these blind comments. So take this with a grain of salt. But it said that, because people said, oh, she ran the marathon. They made this big deal about it. They were perfectly fine. Well, somebody said that they ran next to them on the marathon. And for a long while, there'd be times when Tayshia wanted to take a break. And Zac would yell at her and say, no, you got this. Come on, let's go. You got this. And she's like, I need to walk. And he's like, come on. And, different types of motivation work in different ways for different people. But marathon's a long run. And of course, as we know, 5-6 days after the marathon, and again, we're just hypothesizing what may have gone down. 5 or 6 days after the marathon, Tayshia goes to the hospital with some real sort of emo post that's like, ugh. She says, ugh, in a photo for her at the hospital. Everyone's like, the hell's going on here? People are like upset because she didn't say what was going on. They're like, what is this, 1999, an AOL Instant Messenger update? You post a Green Day lyric saying life sucks. What is this? Pretty emo. And then the next day she goes, all right, guys, I'm okay. I had a kidney infection. And then people were like, kidney infection's a real serious thing. It can come from being dehydrated. And also, it could be the result of a marathon. She said it's not a result of the marathon. No one's saying marathons are a bad thing. They're just very difficult on the body, and things can happen as a result of a marathon. Don't get me wrong. Things can happen from sitting on your butt your whole life too. I would say running a marathon every once in a while is probably healthier than doing no cardio whatsoever. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm not a cardiologist. I'm not a kidney specialist here. So that's the end of this clip here. Let's read some of your comments from Bachelorette. I never thought he was solid and in it as much as she was, sadly. That's one of those things. What do we know? What do we know how much he's in it? They have their own lives. Sometimes relationships work out really well when you have your own passions separately. It's like a Venn diagram. He's got his thing. She's got her thing. They meet in the middle and they get to drink wine together and talk about... Excuse me, I'm pretty sure he's sober. You know what I mean? They get to have share an ice cream sundae together or whatever. Bummer, but if they are meant to be, they will find their way back to each other. I wonder if this was true love. As you guys know, love is a loose... what's the thing? I'm trying to remember the last video I just made about Sean Booth saying love is loose, or love is a loose term, whatever he said. Either way, Tayshia's got big ambitions. There's always the chance that relationships work out in the perfect world of Palm Springs, but then when you get them into a different environment, maybe New York City, she moves to New York, and then all of a sudden she finds out she's going to be the clickbait. I mean, her career trajectory just absolutely took off. I mean, she was a phlebotomist or whatever it's pronounced, right? Is it a soft P? How's it pronounced? Either way, her life took off when she wasn't on The Bachelorette. Claire was. All of a sudden, Claire chooses Dale. By the way, is Claire... we love Claire on this channel. You guys know that we love Claire. But is she like the kiss of death? She takes a photo with Katie, Thurston, and Blake on September 10th in New York City. Next thing you know, that weekend, her and Dale split. Then Katie and Blake split. Tasha, we hung out with Katie and Blake. We got to make sure we're okay. It's like zombies. When you touch one, the next relationship fails. We're okay. We eat Italian food. We're doing all right. All right, so... Now, let's see. I wonder if there's any... she did a podcast with Joe Coleman, and people had said that Tayshia's podcast, that she looked flirty with Joe. And I don't know if I can get into all of the specifics there. When you're doing a podcast, you're trying your best to, be charming and this and that. Let's see if there's a clip. Maybe if there's a clip, we could see if there's any flirting happening. Take a look here. Hold on.
Your injuries with basketball and like how it affected your life. Did you kind of feel apprehensive to sharing that story? And how do you feel now that you did it?
Yeah, anything that I don't do like on a consistent basis kind of makes me a little nervous, or it's not something so hard on a specific goal, and then do it, and because it was good.
Yeah.
All right, so people, we're not going to be able to discern this from a minute-long clip here, but people were saying that she looked flirty and in a different state of mind. I think that's projecting. I don't think you can tell. Like I said, in a podcast, you're trying to relate to the other person as much as possible. I have been tough on Tayshia because on some of their podcasts, they're excruciatingly difficult to listen to. I will give her this. I think part of it is Zoom. I think Zoom podcasts are tough. If you watch my last video with that I showed Sean Booth being interviewed by Katie Austin, they were sitting next to each other on a couch, not socially socially distancing. Hey, got the booster. And so I do understand that Zoom interviews are tough. I've got my conversation with the two hosts of Game of Roses dropping, I think, Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's tough to incorporate multiple people in an interview. And normally when she's co-hosting with, I believe, Becca Kufrin, I don't even know anymore. They all kind of blend into me. You can understand it can be challenging. That's neither here nor there to the story. But, I wanted to credit where it's due that I do want Zac and Tayshia to work out if they're supposed to work out. I really do like them together. They've had a fun kind of sensibility. If that doesn't work out, hey, they met on a dating reality show. You know what I mean? Not everything works out in life. But when we had Zac Clark, that 36-year-old, I'm 36, right? You learn a lot in your mid-30s from your 20s. We had a guy who was a little bit older. He's recovered from his own demons. Maybe he's got the emotional intelligence that we look for in a relationship on the show. And, whose fault is it? Is there ever anyone's fault? We don't know for sure. Top comments from the chat said, it's the 12 days of messy, but none of it is Katie's. Yeah, Katie, she unearthed a box of messy. The accuracy. She set the stage for the rest of Bachelor Nation to come unraveled. Just in the last 48 hours, we have Hannah Brown ditching that she hooked up with Pilot Pete while his season was still on. Then we have Madison Pruitt with a response. Hannah Ann Sluss with a TikTok response, and Kelly Flanagan. Oh my gosh, how messy was that love story? Kelly Flanagan saying, I'll release my own book. And then Pilot Pete's response on his podcast. That all happens. Katie posts that Michael A. is the one that got away. He soft friend zones her. What the hell's going on? Just on Tuesday, I was like, oh man, what a slow time for Bachelor Nation. And then the demigod of Bachelor Nation was like, hold on there, son. I will bring for you the drama you can only, you can't even handle. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. just making nonstop breaking news stories. It's amazing. And these are big breaking news stories. A couple more comments. This isn't a surprise after everything that's come out over the past few weeks, but man, the 6 months ago me would be devastated. Can you give me a quick, too long, didn't read? All right. She hasn't been wearing her engagement ring, and it came out that he was apparently less than supportive of her while they were doing the marathon. I didn't hear about that regarding the marathon. Can you spill the tea? There's an Insta post by Bachelorette Windmills showing a person's message that was sent home about how supportive he was. The post is still up. Take it with a grain of salt. So where's Bachelorette? Let's go to Bachelorette Windmill here and check that post out. That was what I was talking about with you guys. Bachelorette. Let's go to Bachelorette. Oh, I can't wait for my new computer to come in because my keyboards are stuck. Bachelorette Windmill here. And let's see if there's a post up there. I didn't see it. Here it is right here. So we'll read this post and then we'll get out of here. But leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this story. I mean, gosh, who do we have left? Rachel Kirkconnell and Matt James, they're not even engaged. Could they be the strongest couple of the past year? Up until September 10th. We had Dale and Claire together, Katie Thurston together, Zac and Tayshia together, Matt James and Rachel. I mean, the pandemic was the secret sauce for longevity, and all of a sudden, it's all wiped itself away. For all my Zac and Tayshia fans, one of my coworkers ran the marathon next to them. By the way, I can't stand it when someone types like. I understand when people say and like this, I totally get it. But when they physically, unless they're doing talk to text, anyway, I digress. For all my Zac and Tayshia fans, one of my coworkers ran the marathon next to them the entire time and said Tayshia kept telling him she needed to walk, and he kept telling her, no, we have to keep running longer, and not in a supportive way, but to the point it really bothered her listening to it. She said it was really uncomfortable, and she said she loved him before, but now feels diff. I'm sorry to break the news. Well, first of all, no good relationship ends because of the communication styles of running a marathon. With that said, if your communication styles aren't already sort of acknowledged, then one might think a marathon might expose whatever toxicity exists, and it found its way to her kidney, as we know she's got, battling. All right, so we already covered this, and someone said, and this is why I don't run, and what a way to end. Never run a marathon. You might end like Zac and Tayshia. I'm kidding. Marathons can be nice, but obviously listen to your body. You got to work your way up to it. Same thing goes for a relationship. You got to work your way up to the long distance. And clearly, it's been one story after another right now. Are we just trying to get all the drama out of the way before cuffing season? Right? We're trying to get all the drama before we have to decide who to buy Christmas presents for. Let me know what you guys think about all this. And on a side note, I'm doing a Thanksgiving gratitude video. So tell me what you're thankful for and call 401-213-9828. Tell me where you're from. 1 minute long, what you're thankful for this Thanksgiving, and I will post that and my response to what I'm thankful for in a video on Turkey Day. All right, folks, more news to come. I'm sure we'll find out more, so definitely follow me on Instagram for all updates over there, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as we continue to follow this and other breaking news stories. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Have a fantastic weekend. I'm Dave Neal. Bye, guys.